everyone. Thanks for tuning in once again to Queen Amadai TV presents More Than Meets the Third Eye. All right. So let's get ready to get into it. I apologize for being tardy. Let me go ahead and get this banner rolling. Hello, 444 watching me, Felicia, Lady E, Emperor Rex, Aeon, Aaron, Beatzilla, LeVar, Brandon, Millie, Misfits, Dervis. Okay. Thank you all for tuning in. So let's get into it, people. I'm already late. Now, I apologize for that. Hello, Flow Records. So let's get into it. So we're going to talk about love. Love is the highest vibrational frequency. Okay? So I have prepared for your convenience and pleasure another PowerPoint. Now, I may go live on here again later on today. I'm not going to say, but I just might, because I have another PowerPoint also about raising your vibration to attract what you want. Now, we've talked about some of these things before. Some of it is, things that I'm going to reiterate, but some of it's new information. All right. So I may do that one also. Not right now, but later. So let's get into it. I'm going to share my screen. Everyone, please go ahead and like and share the video. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so. Be sure to click the notification bell and click the word all so that you're notified each time that I go live. Also, hello, Silent D and Vince all the way from the UK. TJ, Claudette, Terry, and Jay. Listen, also, what was I going to say? I forgot what I was going to say. But anyway, nevertheless, go ahead and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so. Like and share the video, right? Like and share the video. And don't forget to follow me on Instagram at QueenAShakur. Also on Instagram at divine_goddess_27. Brighton, Patreon, and melanated people at QueenAShakur. And Twitter at dgoddess27. Hello, dark-skinned brother. Let's get into it, people. All right, I'm about to share this PowerPoint. Everyone get those likes up. Thank you in advance. Okay, here we go. Love is the highest vibration of spirits. Now, attracting or manifesting positive things requires living in the love vibration. Living in the love vibration. It's a significant rule in the law of attraction. And we have talked about manifesting things, and the laws of attractions. We talked about the 12 laws of the universe and all of those things, right? But you have to have love in your spirit. Be a loving, kind person, right? To attract positive things, okay? To attract positive things into your life. Because otherwise, you're just wasting your time. Okay, so now let me continue. Hold on, people. Okay, there I go. All right, so it's a significant rule in the law of attraction. Not only is this the law of attraction, it's the law of life. If we want good to manifest for us, we must commit ourselves to feeling good, being good, and doing good. You see, good is God expressing through us. That's when you enter into your God-like self. Some people call it their Christ-like self, right? TJ, don't worry about the trolls, beloved. We got that under control. I already blocked them. Now, with that all being said, but thank you for noting that, beloved. Now, with that all being said, when we live in the love vibration, our energy resonates at a high frequency, and we express the God qualities of compassion, forgiveness, tolerance, respect, generosity, joy, peace, all that inspires, empowers, and enhances life. The love vibration lifts us to a higher state of consciousness and frees us from the thoughts, feelings, and actions that minimize and victimize us. One of those things is the spirit of fear. The spirit of fear does not come from the Most High. God does not give us the spirit of fear. Fear being an acronym for false evidence appearing real, right? We are not given the spirit of fear by the Most High because that is low vibrational. In fact, that is one of the lowest vibrational feelings, thoughts, and emotions that you can come up with. So now with that all being said, check your ego. Living in the vibration may be a simple concept to understand, but it can be our most difficult challenge. Living in the love vibration means keeping your ego or your personality in check as we relate to people and circumstances from the high watch, our soul self, your higher self, your godlike self, right? Now, our ego easily indulges in the drama of life. We invest emotional and physical energy in advancing the ego through superiority, security, and status. That's why some people think they're better than others, because their ego makes them feel that they are somehow superior or so magnificent that no one else could hold a candle to them or be anywhere near as good. Right? That's the ego, a prideful person. You know, the Bible says pride goeth before the fall, and this is true. What prideful people often tend to do, people with big egos, you know, the ones whose heads are so big, you know, that they have to literally walk through the door sideways because of their ego. Those type of people, they tend to be the ones who always worry about and concern themselves with what other people are thinking about them. And as I told you before, what somebody else thinks of you is absolutely none of your business. You should not worry about what other people are thinking, right? So hold on for a minute, people. Listen, I need you all to do this. Moderators, if you see a troll, just delete them or block them. Don't mention them or say anything about them or to them. Okay? Because we don't have time for it. They're nothing but a distraction. When will y'all get it? Trolls are here to distract you from listening to what I am saying. So please don't entertain them. Do not go back and forth. Don't even acknowledge them. If you see a troll, all you have to do is block them and let that be the end of that. Okay? Thank you. Now, back to what I was saying. Control your ego. Our ego easily indulges in the dramas of life. We invest emotional and physical energy in advancing the ego through superiority, security, and status. This is why a lot of rich people think they're better than people that are poor. This is why people that have high titles and positions, you know, like CEOs, presidents, you know, vice presidents, you know, attorney generals, people with these titles think they're better than other people. Now, I'm not saying all of these people, but I'm saying some of these people do, and it's because of their egos, and they have superiority complex, or they feel superior. They feel like they, you know, they are secure in their status, and they can get what they want. They feel entitled, you know, as if they're above everyone else. That's why a lot of police feel like they're above the law. Like they can tell you that you better do what you're supposed to do and abide by the law, but don't you dare try to tell them what they need to do, and they can break the law and get impunity because they feel entitled, compelled to have it, and that they're owed it, and they feel superior. This is what a lot of people do, and they do these things because of ego. The soul self. Our soul self is the wise, detached, participant, observer. It experiences life, but it's not consumed by it. It recognizes life as the unfolding of a divine plan, the evolving of spirit within form. The soul self trusts that all things work together for good. I am aware and accept that everything in the universe is knit together and works together for the highest good. I vibrate to the frequency of love. When you can vibrate to the frequency of love and, you know, put away pessimism, being a hater, you know, wishing bad on other people, things like that, just being all around nefarious. At the end of the day, you know, Darcy and Brother says, I was trying to block him, but push on unhide, but already reported him. Thank you, beloved. Thank you. Okay, so when you can reach the level of rising above your emotions, because a lot of times people allow themselves to be controlled by their emotions. It's plenty of people sitting in prison today, right now behind bars in a cold, dark, draft cell with concrete floors and metal toilets, right? Many of them are sitting there because they allowed their emotions to control them, because they couldn't rise above their emotions into a higher level of thinking. They had not risen into their soul self, i.e. their higher self. They had not raised their level of consciousness. So many people cannot. It's so easy to vibrate low. It's so easy to do. All you have to do is think about something bad or something negative. All you have to do is just talk about all the negative things that you go through on a daily basis. All you have to do is look around and see all the negative stuff that's being shown on the lamestream propagandist machine. All you have to do is just look out at the world. There's a whole bunch of negative things. But if you focus on those negative things, you give them life. You add fuel to the fire. You make the negative things, you make them even larger. You make them even worse. Instead of focusing on negative, focus on positive. Instead of focus on problems, focus on solutions. Rise into your soul self. Now, the wholeness of self. Wholeness, on the other hand, means being complete as an individual and in harmony and balance at all levels of our being. That's body, mind, and spirit. You see, some people feel like they need other people to complete them. Here's the thing, though. If you need someone else to come into your life to complete you, what do you intend to do if and when that person leaves? How do you know that person's going to be there forever? Clearly, they're not going to be there forever because we all have to go sometimes. But if you depend on someone else to make you whole, to complete you, then what do when that person leaves? To be whole means to gather up and heal our fragmented pieces, the parts of ourselves that are disconnected from spirit. Our brokenness is often due to feelings of unworthiness and pain from the past. Like a lot of people may have been abused as a child, molested as a child, may have been raped years ago, may have been falsely accused of a crime and thrown in prison for years, and finally exonerated or freed. Many people go through traumatic experiences in life and are broken spirited people, suffering pain and loss and grief. You keep focusing on that energy, you will continue to harbor that energy. You have to let these things go. Those things happening can make people feel unworthy and give them low self-esteem. They have a low sense of self. But you have to be whole with yourself. You have to be complete, being by yourself, not waiting for someone else to come along and complete you. Now, you can have someone come along and add to you, add to your life. Someone can come along and add to your life circumstances. Someone can come along and help you get through the traumatic experiences that you have gone through or that you're going through. Someone can come along and give you advice on how to move past the things that have hurt you and the things that you've been holding inside. They can help you with all of those things, but that doesn't necessarily mean they have to complete you. You have to be a whole yourself, be able to stand alone and stand on your own. Because if you always have someone coming to pick you up every time you fall, what are you going to do when that person's no longer there to pick you up? You have to learn to get up off the ground by yourself. You have to be able to get up and dust yourself off. Don't wait for someone to come and save you. Be able to get up, dust yourself off, and keep moving. That's like a lot of our people right now are sitting here waiting on somebody to come and save us. Nobody's coming to save you. You have to save yourself. If you think Jesus is coming down here in a chariot and going to swing low and scoop you right on up and take you up out of here at all this mess that's going on down here in Babylon, you need to think again, because nobody's coming. Nobody's coming to save you. You have to save yourself. With the wholeness of self, you can do so. Now, just embrace love. Living in the love vibration is our birthright and directs the unfolding of our life's passion. It sets the intention for every day, the agenda for every interaction, the prescription for every ill, and the expectation for every circumstance. Now, in this state of being, we are heart-centered in thoughts, in word and in deed. We project the high frequency of love and light, and it returns to us. This is the law of attraction. because the love vibration requires our ego personality to surrender to the soul self. We get out of our own way. Our path is then cleared. You see, some of us are our own worst enemy. We don't have to sit back and wait for other people to criticize us and talk down on us and be condescending to us and make us feel bad about ourselves, because some of us do that to ourselves. Some of us sit there and talk so bad about ourselves and are so pessimistic and so self-loathsome about our own selves. We don't need somebody else to come and put us down. We put ourselves down every day. Some of us do. That's why I tell you how important it is to speak positively about yourself, to give yourself positive affirmations when you get up in the morning and before you go to bed at night. Say nice, positive things about yourself. I showed you the experiment that was done by the Japanese scholar where he put the rice in a jar of water, in 3 jars of water, spoke nicely to one jar, giving it compliments, cursed out and spoke negatively to one jar and didn't say anything to the third. And by the end of a couple of weeks, by the 10th day, I think it was, that jar, or it could have been 30 days. I forget the length of time, but you know what I'm saying. The jar that he spoke negatively to, the water turned dark and looked moldy. And that's because thoughts and words are energy. So when you speak negative things, I want you to think about this. Let me just say this. So you know how some people have children and they have short patience with children, and you know the least little thing the child does annoys or upsets them, they get mad, they get angry, and they say things that they really don't mean, but they say it out of anger, or they say it because they're annoyed, and they say these things to the children. Look at that child or the children as if they are that glass of water that was spoken negatively to. You just keep speaking negatively and negatively every day, day in and day out. That child pretty soon is going to be filled up with negativity. That child pretty soon is going to be dark inside. And then people wonder why these children that they have spoken so negatively to and acted so wicked and mean to and been so annoyed with and talked down to so much, they wonder why these children grow up to be angry adults, or why when they become teenagers, they're so angry, they're always getting into trouble, and they're so disrespectful, and they talk crazy to you, and they talk crazy to other people, and they don't even care about themselves, and so they definitely don't care about anyone else, and everything is just focused on what they want at the time they want it, and anything else just ticks them off. You have to ask yourself, why does this child act like this? Why did they become this way? Because of all the negative things that you fill them up with, all the negative words that you poured into their spirits, all the negative, dark things that you whispered in their ear, that you yelled at them. They are filled up with negativity because energy is contagious. And if you keep pouring negativity into someone, of course they're going to be full of negativity. What else would they be full of? That's why I always tell you it's very important to say kind, considerate, thoughtful words of praise to your children. You are beautiful. You're so intelligent. If they make a bad grade, don't criticize them too much. Just say, you know what? It's okay. You can do better next time. Let's look over this and see where you went wrong. And then talk to them. Don't curse them out. Oh, you always making bad grades. Why the hell didn't you listen? You didn't turn in your effing homework. Don't talk to them like that. First of all, children have feelings and their opinions matter too. And when you talk to them crazy and when you're cursing and fussing at them and raising your voice, they're not listening to you. Who wants to hear that? You know it because when you're at work and your boss tries to talk crazy to you, are you really listening to your boss at that point? No, it's clearly going in one ear and out the other. Nobody wants to hear someone barking at them and going off and using vulgar language. You think children want to hear that? They don't want to hear it. You know, I was always told as a child, you get more flies with honey than you do vinegar. So if you want someone to listen to you and absorb what you're saying, it's all about the presentation. Talk to people kindly and nice and talk to them with understanding and give a sympathetic ear. Now, if you do all of these things and the child is still just giving you hell, then clearly you just have a little demon seed. And you need other help from that. Maybe they need therapy. But the average child, if you talk to them with kind words and give them encouragement instead of discouragement, and inspire them, right? And motivate them instead of casting them down, they will likely do better. Help them find the solution. We know what the problem is. Okay, you made a bad grade. Okay, you failed a test. It's okay. It's not the end of the world. I wish you had done better, but since you didn't, let's talk about how we can make sure you do better the next time. There's always room for improvement. Tell them that. Those are encouraging words, and that's why I tell you that all the time. I tell you all that all the time on purpose, because for one, it's true. There is always room for improvement. The only time there's no room for improvement is when you're dead. Okay? Then it's too late. But as long as you have breath in your body, there's always room for improvement if you want to improve. So encourage, not discourage children. And other people as well, but especially children. Brandon says it's like being in a dark room and you have a lit candle. Others come and light their candle with your flame, but never blow your own candle out after they light theirs. You may be left in the dark. Some would same with love. Absolutely. Absolutely, Brandon. Thank you for your insight into the topic and your contribution, beloved. Peace, love, and blessings to you. This is very true. And that's another thing. Always remember that no candle loses its flame from lighting another. Right? Now, let me continue. So, living in the love vibration is our birthright and directs the unfolding of our life's passion. It sets the intention for every day, the agenda for every interaction, the prescription for every ill, and the expectation for every circumstance. And this state of being, we are heart-centered in the thought, word, and deed. We project the high frequency of love and light, and it returns to you. This is the law of attraction. Now, because the love vibration requires our ego personality to surrender to the soul self, we get out of our own way. Our path is cleared. We encounter people and situations that inspire us and guide us toward the fulfillment of our potential and passion. We are in the flow of life. Our role shifts from reactor to co-creator. We are empowered. You know when you're living in the love vibration because you can feel it. It feels like a natural high. It is a feeling of connection, of wholeness, of lightness, and expansion. Meditation, miracles of nature, emotional ecstasy, and places of awesome beauty can give us similar feelings of bliss. This is absolutely true. This is why I love looking at nature. I love the trees. I love the scenery, like the landscaping, the flowers, looking at lakes, free-flowing water, butterflies. I love looking at all these beautiful things. It does give me bliss. Accept love and change. Now, committing to the love vibration. To continually live in the love vibration takes considerable commitment and vigilance. It is all too easy to regress into fear, judgment, or self-righteousness. No matter how spiritual we think we are, we're still having the human experience of trials and tribulations, progress and relapse. And it's right. It's all right. We don't have to deny or condemn our human vulnerabilities. The goal is to be positive and let the intelligence of our heart guide us. Prayer, meditation, inspirational readings, and service to others are all excellent ways to attract connection, wholeness, and love. Right? Here are some of the strategies that are included in this. Seeking the good in everyone and everything. Bringing trust to adversity. Being grateful for all that we have. Taking the high road in any conflicted situation or relationship. Yes, sometimes take the high road. You don't always have to be right. If you're arguing with someone you love or you're having a debate going back and forth, a disagreement, just don't keep going back and forth. So you know what? I never thought about it like that. Maybe you're right. You don't have to be right all the time. And sow seeds of discord when you try to, in some cases. Now, creating a sacred space of peace and beauty in which to renew. Have like a little quiet spot in the house somewhere where you can go and relax by yourself and just, have some me time. Sip on some herbal tea or whatever you like, some alkaline water, whatever. Wine, if that's your thing. But go off to yourself and have time for yourself to focus and just have quiet conversations with the Most High, right? And you can have peace just being by yourself sometimes. When you are complete and a whole within yourself and not dependent upon someone else to bring you happiness, wholeness, and all the things that you need, that you should be doing for yourself. Caring for living things. Have respect for life, whether it's human life or animal life. Some people don't care nothing about animals. They feel like animals are less than, you know, they're just here or whatever, and we're over them or whatever. And that's the same way the elite feel about poor people. That's the same way. And in some cases, of course, they feel more concern for animals than they do at least Black people. We know that, right? So with that all being said, to have respect for life, whether it's a human life or another life. All these things put you in the love vibration. Love is the elixir for joy and the antidote for pain. Love fuels the fire of our passion. Love lifts us from our limitations to our potential. Love transcends time and space. It transmutes differences and prejudices. Love heals. Love is the vibration of spirit, the song of the universe. Love is the alpha and the omega. Learning to live in the love vibration is why we're all here. It is our individual and collective purpose. It is the secret of life that is hiding in plain view. When we live in the love vibration, we graduate this life with honors. I am aware and accept that everything, this is what you should say to yourself tonight before you go to bed. I am aware and accept that everything in the universe is knit together and works together for the highest good. I vibrate to the frequency of love. That's an affirmation you can say before you go to sleep and when you rise in the morning. That's just one of a few, right? So with that all being said, vibrate in the frequency of love. Learn to rise above your emotions. Learn to control your emotions, for if you don't, they will surely control you. And we know how that turns out. That never turns out good. When you cannot control your emotions and you allow your emotions to control you, that is why many people are sitting behind bars right now for murder, right? Assaults, nefarious things, because they lost their temper, couldn't control themselves because their emotions controlled them instead. It's like a spirit, okay? And sometimes it is a spirit, malevolent ones. So pay attention. Be in tune with yourself and with the universe and focus on your higher self, your soul self. And let's all try to do better, because once again, no matter how good we are or no matter how good we think we are, there's always room for improvement. So I hope you all enjoyed this. Please join me in the next chats for our daily vitamins starting as soon as this is over, because I'm already 6 minutes late. All right, so thank you all. Like and share the video. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so. And I hope to see you all in the next chat. And remember, I've got my third eye on you. Peace.